Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Age of Wonders Planetfall. This is not exactly when I had hoped to post the second episode. My schedule last night did not work out the way I wanted. And if there's one thing I've learned from my Griffland series this week, it's that it's a bad idea to try to record and upload video while very tired. Check out this view. This is the totally zoomed out view of the map. It's got a very nice board gamey feel, except, you know, with a little bit more audio than most board games have. Finally, we are learning the lessons that the Omega virus was trying to teach us. We have plans, we have ideas, we have a sort of a rough conception of how to accomplish our goals, but I'll tell you what, the number one thing I think we need right now is military units. So we can build normal Frenzied, or we can build those upgraded Frenzied that we built with the slightly fancier claws, and also the 10% damage bonus on all of their attacks, for the low cost of 5 Cosmite each. How long does it takes 2 turns to build each of these dudes? Okay, that's not so bad. We're getting 5 Cosmite per turn. I mean, it's going to mean we can't use it for very much else, unfortunately. Okay, so we're building our agriculture exploitation. Maybe we should bump these guys up. I know that our first sort of overall quest is to increase food output and everything, but I'm a little worried that our army is going to have limited effectiveness with the low number of units that are surviving in it. What's left? It's a Frenzied and an Unleashed. We lost the other guy with a gun. You just really can't trust the auto-resolver in this game. It's a good lesson to learn early. So... yeah, I'm inclined to push the military units a little bit. In fact, maybe even get another one. Maybe do this. That feels a little rough. I mean, we don't have to accomplish that food thing in order to actually win the match, right? We still are just looking for the Dream Weaver? I've forgotten what the name of the... Where's our objective screen? Whatever. We know what we're doing. Alright, you're out of effective moves. So I guess our turn is over. I'm a little worried about these guys over here. And we are definitely being actively pursued by enemies. So I'm digging the presentation of the game so far. I can't yet comment too much on the mechanics. I do like the idea of the tactical combat in a 4X game. It gives you a lot of dials to turn as far as army and campaign effectiveness. But I will say I'm a little bummed out about the auto-resolver. Okay, no big surprise. This is guarded by people. A little bummed out about the auto-resolver not doing a great job for us. Just because my guess is we're going to end up fighting a lot of like garbage neutral units at the beginning of each of these games. And having to do all of those fights manually is probably going to get a little... I mean, we'll see, I guess. I shouldn't speculate when we can just wait and then know. I might actually want to bring this guy back toward... Like, we might potentially want to use these military units as military units. Okay, our second thing is up. Let's get some basic exploitations. Okay, only one central structure can be built. So that is why you would not build the central replicator every single time, because you might actually want one of the other things. That said, I do think I'm going to build the central replicator this time, because we might need to pump out military units a little bit faster than we're doing it. Give me one of those. Also, we're having a domain invasion. Oh, it's just, there's a guy in my borders. That's all it's trying to say. Okay, well, I will worry about that, you know, soon, presently. Not sure exactly how dangerous that is. Like, the city has a garrison, presumably, right? Is there a way to see that? It's not look super obvious to me. Okay, we can see here all of the buildings and stuff and all of the sector traits. But no, we really don't get... Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we don't have a garrison unless we, like, build one? Right here, our military overview, which is, you know, pretty much what I expected it to be. Okay, I guess maybe we'll find out. It's possible that leaving these guys alone so close to our city is a bad idea. I guess we're going to find out, because they sure are headed in that direction. Alright, finished researching regeneration. These accelerated healing mods seem pretty okay. And then, tactical operation chain heal. That seems cool. So tactical operations, we haven't actually done any of these, but these are like a spell you can cast during battle. And also, food development 1. Our food thingies have been upgraded. So, this isn't something I have to... It says just gives +1 level to all food sectors. I'm assuming this is a passive thing that is just on because we have recruited... or because we have researched this. And then we have some additional food upgrades we could build. Well, we will select new research presently. Hold on, let me do this first. I think this is the most crucial thing this turn. You feel a psionic mind connecting to your own, but you have no clue where from. You bring a dark passenger with you, traveler. A weight burdens you, greater than you can bear alone. You search for something. What is it? For what reason have you come to this tranquil planet? We are in need of guidance and came here seeking for a wise dream reader of our people. That's it, dream reader. We followed the psionic trail of his presence to this planet. You focus your psionics in an attempt to break the mind link. I don't know if I think that's a useful thing to do at this moment. The other Kerko tightens the link between you. A dream reader? Perhaps it was the will of the cosmos that brought you here. My hive sense tells me I am the only dream reader on this world, but sadly I cannot help you. You are on a fallacious path. Dark clouds flow through your mind. I am following the Celestian ways and must not seek conflict with the ones that wandered astray. I warn, do not enter the Forbidden Archives. Only more darkness to find. The psionic connection is broken, and a sudden silence settles in your mind. Well, obviously we're going to enter the Forbidden Archives, then. Oh, what a waste. We come all this way to seek Hetel Uruk, yet he refuses to guide us on our path. He will not swarm with us because we draw on the darker void. But while he stays silent to our pleas, the harmony beyond always answers. I believed its whispers would guide us to the Dream Reader, but I was wrong. The ruins from my vision point to much older knowledge, some sort of archive, perhaps a little bit forbidden, just a tiny bit. The Forbidden Archives? The connection has been growing stronger. I can hear its melodies from afar, feel the pulse of oblivion ripple through my inner fluids. Ew. Will the emptiness consume me when I embrace its song? I cannot tell, but there may be no other way. Okay, well, we sure did that. So we've got an Imperial pistol weapon. I'm assuming each unit class probably has weapon restrictions. Yeah, definitely take the reward. Okay, go to the Forbidden Temple. Make sure to bring an army when you move to the target location. Got it. I was gonna build up an army either way, but I appreciate them telling me this. And we'll get a wide-range mending rig. Okay, it allows us to cast a heal, and also gives the hero some bonus HP. Alright, well, the good news is we have some time to build up a unit, probably, or an army. I don't think we're in any immediate danger. This is pretty far south. So what do we actually want to do with this guy now? And we can keep looking for loot. It sure does seem like most of the loot is not going to be something I can take by just flying past. I guess I'm going to have him go and merge up. Yeah, it's probably time to merge up and like start fighting stuff more than scouting. I think we have a pretty good idea of what's around us, at least in the immediately around us. Okay, we got some ops ready to deploy here. So we probably, we intend to shoot people. We intend to get into combat relatively soon. Oh, we don't have a slot for a doctrine, though. We'd have to drop Preserving the Future. I think I'm okay with this for right now, just having the colonies grow. If I'm understanding that UI correctly, it looks like we have tactical operation resources to spend, but we do not have a slot for a doctrine. Hold on, where's that menu? Show me that thing again. Okay, strategic and doctrine operations need to be primed before use. Oh, it was telling me that we have new things available, maybe? I wish I had looked at that notification a little more closely. Whatever. It's not the last time we will receive one of those, I'm sure. We'll just look at it more closely next time. Okay, so let's gather up. Let's pull our units back. Let's form up some kind of actual army, because we're going to need to do some fighting pretty soon. Here, we can merge in with this guy for now. I'm assuming... Okay, it auto-merges them when you move them on the same space. Handy. So we have regeneration available. We probably should start building these at some point, although I guess we're not really going through our Cosmite too quickly. We could put these on our units, like, immediately. What else do we want? What's next? We get some new units available up here. An Engulfer, Caustic Smoke, and Gunk Thrower. A vehicle for our hero. That seems like a cool idea. Just give our hero with his big psychic gun also like a bike. Or we could pick up some of this earlier stuff, like... Let's do Foreboding Darkness. I was a little bit drawn to this before. I think the idea of an actual damage spell seems pretty useful. And our society needs to research... Geez, I don't even know what. There's a lot of tech tree here. Well, in general, production's pretty important. Production sector level, it's not accompanied by production buildings. This is a cost reduction for military units, and this is... Okay, so rather than making it easy to get more production, they make it easier to get discounts that are effectively typed production. That's a sensible way to do that. I think that does seem pretty important. Alright, we still have dudes running around. We produced a Frenzied. And we have our, we have to go and channel the harmony beyond ourselves, because the Dream Reader has no interest in helping us. Yeah, I would like to spend their movement points to move back toward the colony. And then I cannot, and for some reason I cannot end the turn. You do not have any movement points left. You're done. End turn. Skip event? Huh. Really feels like this button ought to be... Okay, I'm gonna save, quit out to the menu, and we'll just save the game. Yeah, it sure feels like that ought to just work, right? Exit to menu, and then we'll just come back in, and hopefully the end turn button will work then. We may have discovered a little bug. Get it? A little bug? Okay. That didn't actually save. It just put us back at the beginning of the turn. Right, we have that. Okay, it didn't put us all the way back at the beginning of the turn. Okay, so ops ready to prime. So we don't have anything primed. These strategic ops are either primed or in the process of being primed. Okay, we have limited doctrine slots. We don't... Not all of our ops take a doctrine slot, only doctrines. That makes sense. So we could run a monitor or a threat locator. You know what, actually, where is there a limit to where we can place these? Like, start priming this, because I can definitely see some value in using this thing to gain vision of the place where we're being told to bring an army. Just so that we have some idea what kind of army we want to bring. And then... Sure, prime that as well. I mean, we certainly have the resources, right? We're not low on energy or anything. Okay, now can I end the turn? Alright. So maybe I couldn't end the turn there because I hadn't primed operations. It doesn't let you not prime the operations, but it also does not make it clear to you that that's why you can't end the turn. Alright, where's my other army in relation to these guys? Okay, we cannot get back here. This is kind of what I was wondering, is if we could group up on this dude. So it's just, it's a Hopperhound Blade Maw, a Hopperhound Manhunter, these are the ones we fought before, and then a Mega Beetle baby. This is the worst kind of baby. This thing is a little bit scarier than the Manhunter. Not a huge amount. It has like 10 more health, and it does a couple more damage with its attack. I think I'm going to run you back over here. We're just going to we're going to group up and we're going to wait for reinforcements. I don't know if it's necessarily the case that we need to. but we are moving this army back anyway. We'll just see. Alright, we produced our central structure here. So now... we're making a fair amount of food. So, a production discount when producing units. The whole idea is that I was going to be producing more units here. It does seem like a good idea to make a brood cluster before we do that. But it doesn't help us so much to do it before building these military buildings. We're not getting a discount on these. So maybe just go ahead and throw these up. Standard military infrastructure will allow us to build defense turrets and... yeah, let's build a skirmisher barracks so that we can produce some more ranged units, and then... oh, Hadil publicly complimented you. Well, that was nice of him. I admire your empire and foresee great prosperity from a continued and flourishing friendship between us. Hey, isn't that nice? I would also like to compliment you, perhaps? Wait, hold on. I don't know if we have the diplomatic resource for that to make sense, because we were trying to make friends with other people, right? Hold on, we were talking to the Amazons. So to offer a non-aggression pact with them, they consider this a fair deal. Okay, well then, let's do it. Let's have a non-aggression pact. You know what I would love is to not get attacked in the back while I'm trying to do my mission objectives. Improving our diplomatic status is mutually beneficial. Let this pave the way to a brighter future. I do love a brighter future. So... okay, cannot directly attack each other without first breaking the pact. I wonder what kind of penalties there are for breaking the pact, or if it's like you have to break the pact and then you still can't attack for 5 turns, or I don't know what the actual mechanical implementation of that is. If there's basically, I'm wondering if there's good reason to trust that means she really won't attack us, or if she might go back on that at any moment. Okay, so we do have colony militia, an engulfer, a frenzied, a transcendent, and another frenzied. We are going to do manual combat, always with the manual combat forever. Probably it is possible to get to a point where you are such an overwhelming force that it is not necessary. We'll get a better sense for that. So we get to go first because Defender always goes first. And most of our units don't really have a lot to do here. Are any of them actually ranged? Okay, this one has a spit attack, so we should, in that case, we should take some cover. I'm not really sure what the rules of battle are here, if there's like a time limit. Basically, I don't know if there's any reason for them to do anything other than be slow and careful. We have not used a Transcendent yet. So we have a medium-range psionic attack. The attack type you can see is repeating, which I think means that it only takes 1 action point to do it, but if we do this with multiple action points left, it will do it 1 time for each action point we have remaining, I believe. Like I said, for right now, we're just going to take cover. Let them come to us, because I think they have to. Our Engulfer has Caustic Smoke, Acid Cloud that melts armor and deals 8 damage, and Gunk Thrower. So they don't have a lot of ranged attacks. It seems like the flying unit's probably going to be pretty good. What are the range on my abilities here? 7 and 5. So, I mean, we're not going to be able to do anything just yet. Let's just wait on them. Everybody hunker down. They come to us, and then we shoot them with our various, goops and gases. Okay. Let's talk about shooting them with goops and gases. We'll have a bad chance to hit from out here. Get a little closer. So, like, these guys are the most important enemies, right? Because it sure looks like the other ones can't attack the flying unit. Oh, okay, no, air leap allows it to attack the flying unit. So it's not going to be quite as easy as I had hoped. And it links itself to the... Oh, right, Absorb Pain. We saw this ability. We also have Psionic Mending. Okay. So I move up to here. I could try to get a shot off. Unfortunately, we don't have Overwatch with these units. I'm assuming because they don't have actual guns. Right now, I could just end turn and 3 moves. So they're close enough that they would be able to leap on us next turn. I mean, you have to assume that that's why they stopped where they stopped. We try to get some Battle Vomit off. Like, we can move forward to... Oh, right. In many games, you click the button and then lock in the order with left click, and right click cancels you out of locking in the order. In this game, it is the opposite. That's just something I'm going to have to adjust to. Well, I guess we're not moving that guy forward. So I guess that being the case, I don't want to move anybody much of anywhere. This guy's spit attack has 5 range. It doesn't look to me like he's going to be able to do anything to us. So we're going to get jumped by the guys who can jump. And that is a shame. But I don't think there's anything I can do about it now that I have accidentally made those guys attack. So I guess we just... I could throw an Absorb Pain on him. I probably should, actually, because I suspect that we're going to see some suffering here. Right. Click Absorb Pain, then right-click on the unit. Just lessen that incoming damage, since we know it is incoming. And... kind of think we could just step back, I suppose. Well, we want to be as close to the enemy as possible because we want to Rending Claws with as many action points left as we can. So maybe like just run over here. So when they jump in on those other dudes, we're ready to respond. But I'm still in cover and not like I'm not going to get murdered by that beetle. Flyer's probably going to fall back. I guess we could run the flyer forward and attack a little bit because of the fact that only some of their units can actually attack the flyer and try to get them to separate, basically. I don't really want them to separate, though. I want them together for the vomit. So maybe just have the flyer back up a little bit. Still well in range of people who jump in to attack this dude. We could throw some Caustic Smoke. It says it covers a 1-hex area with an acid cloud that melts armor and deals damage, but it doesn't give a duration, so I'm assuming this is not an effect that just sticks around. I was thinking if we had a poison cloud we could put on the ground that would just hang out right in front of the guy who we think is going to get jumped, that might be worth doing, but I think that all that cloud stuff might just be flavor text. Alright, so we're a little staggered. Just a tiny bit. And that stagger has pushed us out of cover, which is a thing that we definitely need to be thinking about in the future. I like that, though. I like melee attacks to push enemies out of cover so that you can then hit them with your ranged attacks. So we could run up here, still have 2 action points left, and really just tear this guy to shreds. That might be the thing to do. And then those guys over there have grouped up a little bit. Okay, we got our Swarm Shield up. Then finish the job, right? That was pretty effective. Let's shoot some poison and stuff. So, affected by line of sight rules, which unfortunately means we don't have a shot from where we are. If we move to here, is this repeating? It is. Okay, if we move to here, I'm just kind of in the open. But this isn't a real unit. I won't be so heartbroken if it dies. And I do want to attack 3 times. Hey, not bad. We hit two of our 3 attacks on a 40%. We outdid the the expected value of that attack pretty considerably. And then we just caustic smoke, right? Should be able to finish it. It's got a range of 5 hexes. So we need to move to like here. Alright, we strip some armor off of them. Okay, now it does leave a ground effect, but there's no duration listed in the tooltip of the ability for the ground effect, which I certainly wish there was. That's alright, we'll be fine. Okay, they actually did attack the flyer. It could be a little clearer what's happening, I think. Let's just gunk throw this dude. And then our other units can clean this up trivially. Alright, well done, everyone. Turns out I was potentially more afraid of those guys than I should have been. Just trying not to lose units in stupid ways anymore. We've already done it once. Okay, well we have a thing that is arguably an army between these two groups of units. We'll just merge up and figure out exactly who needs to go where. I'm assuming that it won't let me put both of the hero type characters in the same army. Maybe that's not fair. Yeah, I mean they're listed as army commanders. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. We can annex another sector. I mean, it's this one, right? That's the one I would like to do. And the native threat locator is ready. So target a friendly colony, and it will show me the enemy spawner closest to that colony. It's way down there in Cliffside Vales. It's a pirate hideout. Okay, I'm not too worried about that. And we can do some annexing. We're going to actually get our units out there to do that, though. So we're building stuff. You're working on that agriculture upgrade. Okay. We're getting it under control. It's a little simpler in terms of things to do each turn than some 4X games are. Well, greetings, Swarm Herald of the Kirko. Do not be alarmed by my presence. We seek no conflict with your people. I don't know. Humans are always kind of alarming. You create a series of clicking sounds as a response. It is an old Kirko curse, but the sack bleeder surely won't understand its meaning. I'm so glad there was some English text here, so I didn't have to try to pronounce that. I see that you are not willing to talk to us. I sincerely hope you will change your mind and come back to us before there's any more needless conflict. Okay, well that's an outright threat. It's a pretty bad way to start a negotiation. I suppose they probably don't think of this as a negotiation. Alright, you go and annex this real quick. So +2 food for every citizen working on food. It'll also give us access to the nutrition center. All non-mechanical units in this colony gain +5 health maximum health. It's a strange way to notate that. But yeah, absolutely. Absolutely give me this. And then... So I'm not allowed to just move them directly on here. Alright. What we need to do is break this army apart. I'm not 100% sure how to do this thing that I am trying to do. Is there a button on here for, like, jump these dudes? No, don't disband them. I just want to jump them out of the army. Also, we do kind of want to make the, make some alterations, right? We want to get them that accelerated healing. Do we want to give them the Mark of the Dark Sun as well? Let's definitely do the healing. Melee units healing constantly in combat seems like a good idea. And it'll let us change all of our units of the Frenzied Cleaving type with a single button, which is super nice. Thank you very much, developers, for not making me do that on each individual unit. Okay, so I can't... Nope, I cannot just select individual units in here. Here we go. This is how we do it. You have to click up here. I would like to merge those guys into this army. There we go. That's an actual fighting force. So now we're ready to go and explore. We don't have any movement. Sorry. Next turn, we'll be ready to go and explore in the direction of our objective. And this guy's gonna run over here and grab the commodity shipping center for My Mycorrix. The Psyfish have a thing. Cosmite. Familiar to us. Vital. To maintain relations, you must sacrifice. You know what? I'll do this for you. For you, my Psyfish friends. Because, in a way, are not we all Psyfish? Ich bin ein Psyfish. Alright, we got our foreboding darkness, obviously, so we can learn some whispers and visions. This will let us summon a Whisper of Discord, an invisible ethereal creature that makes an excellent scout. That does seem like a good idea. And also give us the ability to unleash some unleash energy at the target army. So this is a strategic operation we use to weaken an army before battle. Minus 400 morale and 20% damage. I'm assuming damage equal to 20% of their maximum HP. That does seem pretty good. Ooh. Or we could get a spellcaster. What is this? Okay. Spells negative status effects. Psionic attacks are empowered with flame, having a chance to apply burning and dealing thermal damage. We're going to have to get a handle on what the damage types mean mechanically, if they have any actual mechanical identity. Or if they're just like hooks for other things to latch onto. I think let's unlock a new unit and also the Soul Splitter, the Tier 2 version of the Soul Splitter for our hero. It looks to me like we're going to be a little bit combat focused for the near future. Okay, they would like me to research ethereal education. Accepting this quest will automatically start the research. Sure, I guess. Listen, I just want to be friendly. So now we've built all the units we were building. We have constructed the sector upgrade. We could do some more stuff in that sector. Food sharing tax reduced to 30%. What is the food sharing tax? Open Imperial Archives page. Can we get a little bit more explanation? Okay, this thing's like the Civilopedia. Is there just like a search bar? Let's search in the basics, because that seems like a thing I ought to know about. What is food sharing? Also, what is typing? How does one spell? Food sharing allows you to distribute food between your colonies to support colonies with low food income. Okay, it is managed individually per colony via the Income tab. Here the player can set the amount of food they want to send or receive. Okay, right now we're not doing any food sharing, so I guess I don't care about the food sharing tax. That's a useful concept, though. If I level this up, it also increases food output when all the citizen slots in the place are filled. You know what, let's build some military production type buildings. Okay, we can construct the food sector's upgrade. We did not get it for free. That's a shame. Oh well, we're making a military skirmisher barracks in the other settlement, or actually we just finished it looks like. So let's learn how to build Transcendence here, or maybe upgrade our military infrastructure to get even more advanced stuff. Yeah, sure, let's do that. And then the other place, what do we want to build here? We could just pump a couple of hidden out. What is the 3? Why is there a little 3 in a circle here? Give me the full unit details. Does that number... Nope, that number doesn't even appear here. Maybe it's a unit cap. Maybe we can only have 3 of these guys? Because it's not anything about the cost to build, which are listed very clearly here. It does not appear on the tooltip at all. Alright, let's manage this. If we're going to put these guys out, we should probably put them out with some mods, right? Like Heightened Vision. Seems like a pretty good idea on a gun unit. And then, would we also want to give them the accelerated healing? Maybe. I'm a little bit less worried about accelerated healing on a ranged unit, and our Cosmite supplies are not infinite. Let's save it like this. It recommends the name Sharp-Sighted. I'm fine with that one. Yeah, build me one of these dudes. Build me a Sharp-Sighted Hidden. Use a little bit more ranged attacking in our armies. Alright, so target any explored hex. Let's see. Where is my mission objective? It's not actually visible. Okay. It's visible here. So this will give us some vision to work with. Yeah, sure, put it right there. Monitoring station has been successfully deployed from an orbital drop. It seems like they would notice something like that in their territory. It will remain hidden in place, supplying us with critical data until it's discovered. I wonder if that's just if they move on top of it. But a little bit of vision deeper in is good to have. We've unlocked the Economist task. Build a specialization and then upgrade a sector to level 2. We could do that. We would get another doctrine. Basic structures built in your colony give 15 additional income of their resource. That seems pretty good. And 200 energy for the first person to do it. I don't think I really care about that. I did pioneer the builder, so we got some cool stuff. A colonist. And colony structure cost down. A useful doctrine to have, maybe at some point in the future. We're kind of busy right now. Stature of your empire may rise in completing these tasks, but don't lose focus on what's really important. Thanks, Kirko. Look at him, reading my dreams and everything. Do you want to be... Sorry, this is what I want. I wanted to pronounce that I am friendly to you. Because I don't know that we have a ton of other stuff to do with our influence right at this moment. Let's just, like, make everybody like us. They'll receive 100 morale for being complimented. Thank you for your kind message. Alright, how we doing with fish stuff? We're supposed to be trying to change our relation to peace. So that we can get access to the chrysalis. Is there... Show me all of my objectives, because we had a side quest from them, didn't we? Ah, yes, it was this. Slay the renegades. Right, I'm getting distracted. Well, we're actually not very far from being able to just do that. Yeah, I'll run over there and handle that, and then we'll get back on our main thing. Because obviously it would be cool to have friends. Friends who are psionic fish. With each new hatch, the colony continues to proliferate. Still, there are some of my brethren that know a deeper hunger. An ancient caste that is insatiable and can instill even our own kind with fear when they devour our enemies to strengthen the swarm. They resonate with our growth, and we nurture their appetite. Okay. Yeah, definitely take the reward. So these are not unit designs that we are learning. These are just, they're giving us some units. There are more ancient Kirko still waiting to get fed. Push your colony further so they can still the hunger of the ravenous. Get 2 plus 90 food. Get to 90 food income. Okay, I'm working on it. What's our food income now? Oh, 80. We're actually very close. Okay, that's 100% doable. I mean, obviously, they started us in a pretty high food area here, so it's not hard to get to. Do we want to try to go around all these trees? Territory will be a little bit more open down here, hopefully. Okay, not tremendously so. Alright, well, I was going to just use this hero to go grab the commodities shipping center, but now maybe we merge up with these units and actually fight the neutrals over there as well. We know that these guys, these engulfers, are pretty cool. A little bit of experience with them now. Alright, everybody form up, and we'll go get some stuff done. Nicole Crustus completed the builder as pioneer. Also completed this task as a pioneer. Huh. That's interesting. It does say the pioneer reward is awarded to the first commander completing the task, so you would not expect that it would be awardable to multiple people. I guess it's just everybody who completes it in the same round as the first person who completes it also gets it, which is actually, it's nice that it works that way. And we've been sent a message by our friend. Okay. The message was, everything's going fine, don't worry. Kinda makes me a little suspicious, to be perfectly honest with you. Hey, any chance we could maybe get like a defensive pact going? I'm just thinking that that I have some enemies. I have some potential enemies. Oh, okay, they'll do it, sure. Oh, it's a fair offer, she's just not interested. Well, what if I also gave you something? Unfortunately, it's not obvious to us whether she's going to accept or deny a proposal, it looks like. So We'll just offer her some energy. What if I gave you 100 energy? Think about how much this is. Oh, balanced trade offer. What would it take? Really? She was not willing to accept 100 energy from me, but she will. She does consider it balanced if she's giving 100 back. I mean, she's right. That is what balanced means. Okay, I was going to say, if she was willing to accept this offer after not accepting the first one, I would have been real confused. Okay, she's not super interested in a defensive pact. I'm just thinking that it seems like Nicole Crustis is maybe going to start a problem with us, and I was hoping to have some allies when that occurred. You know what? Let's be friends. Let's just continue to compliment and stuff. We have all this influence, and we're not really using it for anything. Okay. Then we'll come back in like a turn or two and see if she's feeling any different about that defensive pact. And she probably suspects, given that I want a defensive pact, that there might be a reason that I want a defensive pact, a thing that she is maybe unaware of. It's sensible for her to be wary about this. Alright, we have some ops ready to prime. So it sort of seems like they won't let us pass the turn without prime. We'll go ahead and prime them. We still only have one doctrine slot, so I'm inclined to continue preserving the future since we have another food goal here. I guess we'll just prime one of each of these. May as well. It's functionally, like, basically zero cost. Can we just climb over the mountains? Yeah, it looks like we'll be able to. I'm sure the movement cost is significant, but somehow we will manage. Alright, well let's upgrade our food sectors. Keep pushing forward, get ourselves a Ravenous. I don't know exactly what it is, but with a name like the Ravenous, it has to be cool. And it looks like we're unhappy. I'm assuming that that's what that is. It's a little red morale face. There's just too much population and stuff. So we're gonna have to fix that. We can't put people on happiness. We don't have any happiness slots. So we need to build that building. There's a building that does that. We are going to need a recreational dome. We won't have an unhappiness event for a while, so we can afford to wait on this. Let's get the food thing done first. There is a group of hostile marauders over here that could try to jump us in the mountains. Nope, they didn't bother. Alright. Let's go and say hi to these guys. Their defender power is 440. Amazon Huntress, some Vanguard, Assault Troops. Okay. This looks pretty doable, although I don't actually have a good sense of the strength of these units. Maybe I'm overestimating ourselves. That's a pretty cool assault bike. I've always been a big fan of bike-type units. There's something about the aesthetics of that I find really appealing. I was way into assault bikes in Warhammer 40k. So they have some Overwatch up. Just one of them, though. We could just eat the hit with somebody and keep moving. Remember, these Frenzied do have the regeneration thing, so it wouldn't be the end of the world if one of them eats a single shot. We are not going to be able to do a useful battle vomit. They're all ranged units, right? So we pretty much just want to run forward here. We got to close distance, but we got to close distance in a sensible way. All right, I'm going to eat the Overwatch. Yeah, that wasn't so much damage. He'll be fine. So do we think they have any... I can see their abilities, right? He'd shoot us with a focused laser array. Or a wide field laser array, so he's totally ranged. Mostly what I'm curious about here is area effect attacks. A 1 hex radius area. Okay, so we don't want to put people right on top of each other. This attacks an area, it says, but it's not super clear what the area looks like. So just don't put people adjacent, I suppose, is our plan for right now. Like, this is an okay spot to stand. I absolutely would have just put him right here if we hadn't seen the AoE abilities on the enemies. You're not close enough to actually get any... Nope, not quite. Alright, so we want to left-click to cancel. Alright, I'm learning. See, I can be taught. It takes a while, but I can be taught. Looks like I have a pretty clean shot on those guys. We can get up to this cover. My shot is not repeating. Oh, no, it totally is. Well, never mind. Then I definitely want to do it from, like, here. Yeah, this seems fine. 50% chance to hit. We also have the Psi Stones of Dissonance. It's a short-range cone attack. I think I'm cool with... Sorry about that. Dog just goes nuts every time somebody walks near the house. Hold on a second. Okay, sorry about that. Dogs do not always make the most considerate roommates. For anyone who's curious, it was a truck. Someone had the temerity to drive a truck down the street. And Tiffany was like, "How dare you? Don't you know this is my street?" Alright, so we have another one of these guys who needs to move forward. I'm a little leery of moving up this far. Like, this guy I think is in good enough cover. I guess I don't really have a good sense of the range of these enemy attacks. It's possible that I should have put him on this side of the obstacle. I was just thinking I didn't want him to have to run too much next turn either. Well, you know what? We are not going to be able to approach them without getting hit. It's just not going to happen. So let's approach aggressively. Oh, definitely attack if you can attack. That was pretty good, actually. Those things do not have a lot of health. What's your range? 5 with this. Tooltip sometimes just goes away immediately. Okay, and also 5 with that. So... if I'm more than 5 spaces off the side of the land here, they can't hit us. Is there a way to turn on... Hold on a second. Options... Is there a way to just turn on a grid that's visible all the time? Because I would love that. Combat UI. And everything is as enabled as it's getting. Show hex grid. This is just on the world map. I still would like that. Oh, okay. That affects combat too. That is not as clearly labeled as it could be. So, assuming they can't... Yeah, it looks like they can't move any further here. We want to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the edge of their range. So if we do this and they want to fall way back to here to attack us, I'm actually 100% okay with that. Let's get our flank on here. Alright, I do not suspect that these things are going to survive many attacks from our flyers. A little bit of regen. Okay, I don't know why I was figuring that they were going to have to target that on a unit. Of course they can ground target it, so we needed to stand a little bit further apart. Honestly, this has not been nearly as good of a turn as they need it to be. Alright, first things first. Obviously, this happens. Can we... We can probably not get close enough, it looks like, to get a battle vomit off on the Marines. A gunk shot, sorry. This is a different attack. I move to right here. Oh no, we totally have range. So it just does a little bit of damage. Like it's gonna be so easy to kill those guys. I'm a little more worried about doing something over here. Oh, actually, I am just far enough away that it is not true, that it is super easy to come over here and claw these dudes to death. Well, that's annoying. How much damage am I going to do with my spit? It's only 6? How much health do they have? 13. Too much is the answer to that question. Alright, well, they're standing far enough apart that we're not going to get very good AoE off on them. I suppose we're just going to be doing a lot of basic attacking this turn. We do have, actually, a battle vomit situation. Have to move our units a little bit so that they don't take any damage. Oh, these guys are actually, like, completely stunned. They're blinded, and they... I guess they just got staggered enough times? You have one action left. Maybe we just do this anyway? Yeah, I don't have the, don't have another shot. Do I trust that our guys are going to be able to regenerate through the damage, basically? Because it's a fair amount of damage to the Huntress. Here's what we'll do first. We'll actually have this guy maybe go and... He's not going to kill him. Okay, I guess just take this shot. Maybe we actually do want him to back up behind this cover first. Just get rid of you. We'll have these guys do their spit on somebody else. Start building up that damage slowly. And then we can get a decent rend off. We're not going to get anywhere close to actually killing anything, unfortunately. Is there a cooldown on that flash arrow? You can't use the ability for 3 turns. Okay. So I think I want to move down here first, because a single space move doesn't consume an action point. And now we get that swarm shield. Then we can just start tearing into the bike. Ugh. A couple of grazes. That's unfortunate. And then, now that they're swarm shielded, we'll just go ahead and shoot this like this. I think this is the right thing to do. It's a little harsh to our own men, but they'll get over it. Possibly. Or they'll die. It really is a significant amount of healing. Like it's an entire attack that we're healing off every turn. Alright, well they sure did get one of us. What is this tag over our heads? Oh, that's the unit type, probably. Yeah, because these guys have a different one. Okay. Good news for us. A hell of a time selecting this unit. There we go. Good news for us is these guys just moved right up on top of us, so let's claw the hell out of them. That seems like a really questionable maneuver on their part. And we have better control over the bike. Yeah, we'll be able to soul spear through this and then just finish it off with the melee unit. You only have to hit one of your attacks. There we go. Ah, well, that's a shame. If that had hit, they would have been hard-pressed to survive our melee Overwatch. Actually, it looks like we're not on melee Overwatch. Okay, I think we're still blinded. Alright, so facing matters. Remember, they're doing bonus damage because they're hitting us from the flank. I just have this feeling that it's not going to matter very much. Oh, you know what? We didn't use any tactical operations, which we totally could have. Whatever. We'll remember to do it in the future. Alright, the threat eradicated. Equilibrium regained. A good trade. Accept... I demand that you accept reward. Okay, I'll do it. Twist my arm. Alright. Soft presence. Yellow vibrations. What brings you closer? We seek more knowledge. Your connection with the void, your biology. There are so many questions. How does your offspring look? Do you nurture it to grow and prosper? Always hungry, looking to feed. Take them with you. Come back if more are needed. Always in search. You help us more. Okay. Scyfish allow you to escort one of their own so that you can observe its growth process. To evolve a unit, it needs to earn combat XP until it reaches prime rank. You can acquire more Scyfish by completing quests for the Scyfish or buying them in the Scyfish dwelling. Okay, evolve that thing to get a sweet helicopter. I really want a helicopter. That sounds great. Okay, so what do we need to do now? That's right. We need to come over here and annex this thing. You still have movement? Yeah, I guess try to get away from those guys. So wait, where's the... We were given a Sci-Fish unit. Where actually is the Sci-Fish unit? Show me the military overview. Okay, it spawned in our base. That's a little unfortunate. I would love for it to have spawned over here. Since I might be about to get attacked. Alright, so you guys don't have enough movement to get out of your space. You definitely need to just run in their direction. We can fill in our the empty slot in that army with this. We've been publicly complimented, which maybe suggests that we could get this thing going. Okay, cool. We think alike. Improving our diplomatic state was the right thing to do. Now if those treacherous humans jump us, they'll have a little bit more on their plate. Hadal has sent a message. Can we trust the Sci-Fish? Of course you can trust Sci-Fish. Look at them. They're completely transparent. And also Nicole has sent us a message. Is it a threat? I'm going to guess it's a threat. No, it's not a threat. It's just the same vague nonsense. Okay. I don't care about you. Go away. Buy 5 items from a faction and sign a friendship pact with a faction to get... Okay, a doctrine that reduces the cost of buying things from dwellings. We should check out their dwelling shop. How do we... Where is that? I actually don't know how to... let's... That's the dwelling of Renouncer Lair. That's their dwelling, right? Yeah. This location belongs to an NPC faction who may provide you with quests and make demands of you. On the right side of the interface, further information of the relation state is shown, as well as the NPC faction shop. Don't anger too many NPC factions at once, or your stay on this planet will be short-lived. Allow us to exchange goods. Okay, so we can straight up spend influence to buy things from them, and every time we do, we'll get relationship. So that's pretty cool. To buy a Chrysalis, which is a skirmishy type unit, or a Spawn, which is a different skirmishy type unit. Well, it is a tier 2. Presumably it's better. It's also more expensive. Yeah, let's do that. Let's buy a couple of these. I don't really know what else I'm doing with my influence right now. Okay, and they appear here. So that's a little inconvenient. Oh no, okay, they appeared at our base. I was assuming the camera was still focused on the dwelling. Yeah, that's actually exactly where I want them to be, because I want them to join up with this army. They are quite quick. What is this movement type? Floating. Can I right-click? No, okay. How do I open the thingy? Here we go. Basics, I want movement types. I don't actually know what the difference between the movement types is. I understand the idea of movement. I just want to know about the types. Expedited movement. The ability to move over land hexes. I mean, that's something. None of these look like exactly the thing I'm looking for. Maybe we need to go into a different category? Game concepts? No, okay, when we do the search, it executes the search across all of the types. So yeah, this is one of the movement types. How about if I just type floating? So I was kind of hoping there would be an article. Yeah, that's kind of awkward. I was hoping that there was going to be a movement article that had all of the types listed. I can traverse every type of terrain at a move cost of 4, except for mountains, which cost 8. And this is different from the flying type that our other unit has. Okay, flying is not a movement type. It's 10% harder to hit with most... Don't we have a unit whose type is... Yeah. That's weird. Because it's listed as a movement type, but the article in the thing doesn't have rules for what that means. It's not a big deal, and we can certainly guess. We're seen by other players as mostly dependable and cooperative. Disreputable players have a negative opinion of us. And oh yeah, we did this thing, which is like totally what I was trying to do. I remember. I remember, we had goals. We are slowly accomplishing them. We actually have 2 functional armies now, which makes me feel a lot safer. We did it. We researched ethereal education, so they give us another chrysalis. Yeah. Let's take it. We also did this thing. Alright, we're blazing through our quests and getting a lot of free units, which is actually, like, super nice. Alright, so you guys merge up, and you guys go and annex. This landmark gives the following when annexed. So we have to enter the location to fight its inhabitants in order to annex it. Well, I think we're ready to do that. We don't actually see what the inhabitants are. Ooh, actually, defender power high. An Arborian queen. A harbinger. Maybe we're not ready for... Maybe we want to undo this. It suggests manual combat. Let's maybe instead abort the attack. I might be a little overmatched here. That's fine, we can produce more units. We have some more stuff already. Let's run you over into the Forest of Spiders. And then you guys come in and join them. Okay, we cannot annex this because it's not actually next to a colony. Oh no, okay. It looks like we don't have... It doesn't have to be next to a colony. We can build a chain of annexation. It's interesting. We can also build a forward base. Gives you ownership over the sector. Does not project domain or allow you to gather income, but does provide vision and serves as an obstacle for your enemies. I don't think we have a lot of enemies on this side. Although I guess this is human land here, right? And maybe we should... We have the influence. We can afford to do it. Yeah, sure. Let's do it just because it's a thing we've never done before, and I want to see how it works. Alright, we have some military units coming out. Where's the new thing? Yeah, the Ravenous. Let's have a look at this guy. Okay, pretty menacing. I have to say, our units look really cool. So, Ripclaw Gash does massive impact, staggers units, including stagger-resistant units, bypasses all of their shields. I really kind of hate the fact that the icon for armor is the canonical shape of a shield in a video game, and then this thing called shields is just sort of a vague blue bar. Has a 12 strength chance to apply bleeding. Still don't have a good sense of what 12 strength means. Is that very likely? It also has the ability to devour. Attempt to eat the target unit with a chance to kill it instantly and heal this unit for 15. Also, I can spawn larvae after I've done that. Well, that's interesting. I would really love to know what strength 12 chance means in terms of, like, percentages. It has hyper armor, stagger resistance. Okay, and then it's like, it's one of our units and does all the our unit stuff. Can we mod it with... Yes, we can. I was going to say... A little bit of accelerated healing on this guy seems like maybe a good idea. Get some of those sundering claws. Maybe a mark of the dark sun, because it seems like there's a fair chance this thing's going to deal some killing blows. Okay. The durable Ravenous. And then he goes this way. We're going to have to apparently build up a little bit of a force to take the commodity shipping center. Maybe I should have him reinforcing our army over here, though. Because, like, our actual win the map objective is in this direction, and we don't know how difficult the fight that we're preparing for is going to be. Yeah, it probably makes more sense to have this thing accompany the main army. You... Okay, we do have a slot open. Go ahead and get in here, I guess. Apparently, we are... It's just hard to move around over here. Well, we'll merge them up soon. And then this is just another chrysalis. These things seem fine. We'll have it travel with the Ravenous. Okay, we're working on the recreational dome. So what do we want to do here? Do we want to build another unit? Do we want to build... Basically, do we want to build a second army to use to try to overwhelm the commodity shipping center? Or is there other stuff that it would maybe be a better idea to build? Our morale here is not so great either. I suppose let's build a recreational dome. The native threat locator is ready, but I'm not too stressed about it, actually. Let's just hold it. We don't really need it. Alright, we do have the ability to apply another monitor. Scyfish would love it if we would knock out this pirate hideout. That's actually probably a good idea. It's a little close to our stuff. We would get a Jet of Dismay. Secondary weapon. It gives people the chance to panic. Okay, I mean, I accept the quest. It doesn't seem like there's a reason not to accept a quest, as far as I could tell. Maybe it's the case that if you have too many active quests from a person, they eventually get cross with you. I guess we'll find out. So are we just... We're going to have to push through the human settlement to get over here. We could try to plot a way around. Maybe? I don't know if that's actually feasible, because we don't have any idea what this land looks like. It might not be. Are they going to get mad at us? I assume they will get mad at us if we try to just push through their territory. Where's my diplomacy thing? Is there a way to negotiate for open borders? It doesn't look like it. And we have pretty limited options while we don't even have a pact. I would like to become your overlord. How about that? Okay, that allows us, that gives us the open borders. Balance this trade offer. What would you... Wait, really? For 550... yes, I will send the proposal. Okay, it turns out they are not interested in becoming my vassal. That's kind of what I was expecting. Okay, so we can negotiate for open borders, but... we're going to have some relationship first. I'm kind of curious if we just try to offer a non-aggression pact. And then, let's say open borders for a fixed duration. I don't want to be in your territory forever. I just have a thing to do on the other side of it. How about that? Okay, cool. Maybe we won't have to fight them after all. Well, that being the case, let's head on in. What's going to be the most sensible way to do this? I guess we probably want to go around the forest. The forest wraps all the way around here. I guess we'll start by moving this way. I do not want to do anything with Olive Glen. I'm just passing through. Okay, finished researching Production Development 1. And we just kind of have to hang out and wait. I guess let's clear some of these neutrals. So could we... They do have the gravity generator. All units have slow speed due to the thing. This feels like a battle where I would like to just auto-resolve. It's like this is not going to be terribly interesting. Let's test it. Let's see if we take a lot of damage doing this. Okay, no, we took literally no damage on anybody. And as a reward, I will take... Oh no, that whole thing is the reward. Sorry, it's not a choice. We get all that stuff. Well, cool. That's handy. Finished a couple of recreational domes this turn, then. I wonder if it's possible to expand, like, our logistics limit and end up with more units per army. Probably what we want to do is actually merge the Ravenous in here and have the other stuff following as reinforcements. I guess we could just keep fighting stuff, just find things nearby to defeat. There's some ops ready to launch. We created our forward base. Okay, let's build some more military units, it looks like. What is the... Hold on. What is the composition of this army right now? We have a hidden... We have a couple of these guys. We actually don't have a lot of units. We have a lot of, like, units that want to be around the edges of battle. We should build some claw dudes. Some regenerating frenzied. We're going to need a couple of these up here, I suspect. Somebody's got to stand on the front line and make the battle happen. Okay, production development was a good move, I think. Shadow's Manifest will let us get additional levels on our side number guys, and all of your non-mindless units gain sadism. causing them to deal 25% extra damage to units with low morale. Well, that's terrifying. Sadistic indoctrination. I guess, you know, it's effective, but man. An upgrade to your HQ that gives us extra influence income, that seems fine, maybe? Ooh. Additional Cosmite income, on the other hand, seems like something we really want. So it looks like we can research something as long as we have any one of its prerequisites. We don't have to get all of the stuff that leads into it. Yeah, additional Cosmite income seems like a pretty good idea now that we have so many units with Cosmite costs that we want to build. Let's, I suppose, increase our infrastructure over here, get the ability to build some of these fancier units as we're getting closer to researching them. And then none of the rest of this stuff's terribly important. I do want to actually deploy a monitor in here. I would just really love to see exactly what we're up against in the Forbidden Archives. Okay, actually, this is maybe not the most ideal way to come through here, because these mountains are going to be a real problem. We also have the native threat locator ready to launch. I'm not too worried about that, but let's get another monitor priming. So there's no sense in not priming the operations. It's just that you may not always want to actually launch them as soon as you do prime them. Okay, we can pull another sector in both places. I guess that gives you something to do. What sector would we want to add here? We could add one of the bays. I mean, there's some stuff going on in here. There's a lot of ships, though. We don't really have any naval units. We could go have a look at Woolen Valleys, see if that's maybe worth annexing. Well, I guess we'd have to... We can't do that until we have the shipping center. We're actually kind of cornered in right now. Alright, well, let's not worry about it too much. Let's just kill some neutrals. Okay, these guys are roughly as weak as the last dudes were. We did take some damage there, but we also got some levels. And... cool. The logs show you the coordinates of a location, which seems to be the source of the stash's contents. Oh, well. That's a little distant. So what does the level up actually mean in terms of, like, stats? Let's just have a look at one of our units here. Is it obvious? So you're a novice. Okay, cool. It makes this extremely clear. So mostly it's health, but also you get a little bit of accuracy, and if you get to prime rank, you get some other thing entirely. The ability to completely ignore cover does seem pretty powerful. So leveling up units is probably pretty important then. Now we could pull an annexation here if there was something we wanted to pick up, maybe this region. But I don't want to turn any of my units around. I mean, we can climb over the mountains, right? It looks like it's not even really that movement expensive. It's going to take us like 4 turns to get over to the archives. That's fine. Are you guys out of move? No, you haven't moved at all yet. How do we want to reform this army? I'm going to drop one of the Unleashed, I think. Have you just get out of the way so that we can move the Ravenous in. I mean, do I want to annex this sector right on top of the Terrans? I feel like they'll be a little upset with me if I do that. I guess this is one of those things where maybe we should just do it to find out. This is a very high food sector. Got a river with the Arcadian forest on it. You know what? I'm going to take it. Let's see if this causes diplomatic friction. Unfortunately, the Ravenous has very little movement left. We're not going to be able to get a lot done this turn. We can get over here and scout a little bit with our floaty units. No, you guys are done. And you just kind of want to hang out, right? I guess there's no reason not to go with them. Have all of our units show up to battle together. We can annex the sector, and we totally will, I swear. As soon as we figure out how to survive doing that, we totally will. Initiation into Agony. That's a weird message. Like, I know that that's the tech. It's just a weird message to see appear there. Okay, so we have access to the Initiate, who gets a soul splitter himself. Seems useful. Well, I don't have any idea where to go from here. There's kind of a lot of technology. You know what? I think this might actually be an okay place to call this episode for now. We have some direction, we're making friends, we're getting things done, we're starting to understand systems, and we're totally going to release another episode later today. So thank you so much for watching for now. Come back next time, later today, I'm thinking maybe like within the next 8 hours, to see if we can actually maybe root some of these enemies out of this shipping center. And we'll see you then.